Hi, and welcome to 50 Shades of Blonde. I'm Missy Day.
And Jill Branson.
And we're back, and we're in a different home. So it must be that time of year, because if you see all these goodies on the table, that only means one thing. Our guest today is Darcy Dougherty from Shirts, Promos, and Logos. Welcome, Darcy.
Hi.
So glad you're back. We love having you on the show.
Yes, this time of year for your business, this is the time of year when you want to start thinking about promotional items for your business that you can give your clients so they can remember you for the next year. So tell us a little bit about why this is so important to have branding.
Well, if you go with the definition of branding, one of the many that are probably out there, a brand is defined as a toolbox of marketing and communication methods that help to distinguish a company or an organization from competitors and create a lasting impression in the minds of the customers. That's what you're wanting to do. Mm-hmm. That's the whole purpose of advertising.
Right.
Okay. And what we found, and these are independent studies that are done for the industry, for the promotional products industry, as to how people and consumers feel about promotional products, whether it gets them to go back to the customer. It's all done by independent organization, and we're always running like a year behind because they've got to gather the data and work it into the various charts, etc. But a couple of things that I found really interesting, we have a lot of different generations involved in buying today, and whether they're millennials, Gen Xers, baby boomers, or our older World War II level people too. What are they looking at? What gets their attention? And what I found fascinating is that the number one item for all of those generations are promotional products.
Wow.
Number one.
Wow.
When you start going to TV, computer, online, your phone, etc., magazines, then it starts mixing it up. But the one thing they all have in common, their number one place that they go to is promotional products, as to what gets their attention and helps them make decisions in their buying. And I found that really interesting.
That is interesting.
You want to have people that are going to remember what you have shown them or where it came from. And promotional products reach 89% and recall 9 out of 10. So 9 out of 10 people remember who gave them the item, whether it's logoed or not. We also looked at what matters in regards to what kinds of things, are things people are going to carry around. 1 in 2 consumers say they have a promotional product in their purse, in their jacket, in their car, in their home, and most of them will say it's on themselves. So they have it in a pocket, they have it in a purse or a satchel. The next item is kitchen. Next item is vehicles, and after that is office, and it goes down from there in regards to where people use whatever the product is. So, things that you can put with someone that they're going to carry around, like a really nice pen, or maybe a pen with their name on it, because I have vendors who will do that. If you order so many pens and we get a list of the names that you want on there, we can have those names put right on, as well as your logo. So that's pretty exciting.
That is.
I have a story at the end about promotional products and their value.
Okay.
But I want to talk a little bit about some of the promotional items that I brought with me today. The number one item in the promotional world that brings business to people are wearables, promotional products that have a logo on it, or they're wearing, or a hat. I've got on an embroidered shirt here, but we do bands. And isn't this a wild shirt? Look at this. Can you see that?
Oh, that's
Long live
cool.
rock and
Yes,
roll.
Duo Rising. This is a band.
Yeah.
It's a local band. They come back and get shirts from us every once in a while, but that's quite a logo, isn't it?
Yeah, it
Little
is.
devil
It is.
there.
Kind of scary.
But very colorful. And, you know, again, it's advertising. They give them away at their shows, and all the band wears them. And then hats. We especially, with our people in the trades, our businesses that are in construction, et cetera, they do a lot of giving hats away, and hats to their employees. A hat like this one that has our logo on it is an adjustable hat. And the better hats are what are called flex fit. And TRS, it's one of our customers. They use the flex fit band, and so do many of our construction companies. They like the flex fit. And when somebody has an event, they like to be able to give hats away as well, because people wear them.
Right.
You know, especially in an area like Las Vegas that has all of the sun. You know, they're going to be wearing it. Another item, especially for the holiday, and I want to talk a little bit about what's going to bring you business and then stay around or be something fun to give away for a holiday. You'll see that I have a Vegas Golden Knights mug here. No, we did not do these. Unfortunately, we don't have a license for Vegas Golden Knights, but I wanted to show the type of really quality, if I can get the lid off, quality piece that they put out. This was, I think I got this over at Stations Casinos. But there are many different kinds of drinkware out there. Many different kinds. The ones that are more expensive are the ones that'll keep something hot, you know, for 24 hours, or cold for 24 hours. I like something you can put ice in, because I'm a real ice user. And one that we did ourselves a year or so ago, this is one that'll keep things hot or cold, but we put kind of a subtle type of logo on it. It doesn't show up, you know, it doesn't sit in your face. We wanted just something subtle that, and we gave these out to our top customers that year. A particular,
I think you
you
need
know,
those,
gift.
Jill, with
I do
your
And it
logo
came-
on
because
there.
it's blue.
Came in a nice box. You know, boxes are important if you're giving out a gift. So that's an idea. All kinds of drinkware, any price range that you need to stick with. Mugs are really popular at holiday time because you can put candy in them.
Right.
You know, and you can just wrap them in cellophane and hand them out with your
Right.
card with a happy holiday note, whatever, on it. So it's, you know, a very, drinkware is very popular. I know Missy's
her
liking that
favorite.
pen.
I know, every time. I think you've been on like, what, maybe five times?
I don't think it's that many, but yeah.
Close.
This is the thing I play with every show.
Yeah, and that is,
So cute.
pins can be fun. Pins are number one, or pins are number two in the world of promotional products. If logoed apparel is number one, pins are number two. There are 50,000 different kinds of pins.
Wow.
So when someone says, well, I want a pin, I want to know, do you want metal or plastic? You want it to have Gorilla ink in it. You know, that's going to last for years to come, especially in the hot, you know, area. Do you want it to have a clip on it? Do you want to have a stylus on it for people to be able to use on their devices? You know, we need a little bit more information, or do we have a price point that we need to hit? Whatever the need is, we will let you know whether it's realistic or not. And, you know, if you want, you know, a Fisher pen and you want to pay $2 for it, it's not going to happen, okay?
Right.
But it, you know, in Fisher pens, if you're not familiar with it, those are the pens that they use in outer space. They ride upside down underwater. You know, they're amazing, amazing pens.
I like the ones with the light. That
Yes.
have,
Yeah, those are cool.
I love those.
Yeah, and those are very popular, and we've sold a lot of those, and they're great in a restaurant, you know, especially if you're in a romantic restaurant and you can't see anything, you know.
Right.
You can use that pen to light it up and see the menu, or light up your bill when you're going to go pay.
Right.
So, a couple little things that can go out in a holiday card. We do these for InStyle. They're a wonderful flooring business in town. And this is a coaster and a bottle opener.
It's both.
Oh, that's cool.
And that would go in an envelope pretty easily to mail out to someone. They've done the reorder at least once on these, so they're very popular. and they come in different colors and trims, etc., and what you're going to put on it. You know, jar openers, especially the big ones. I like the big ones.
My favorite.
Because they open the bigger jars. And
I
many
like those.
people that need a jar opener are older, and their hand, as you get older, your hands weaken and it's hard to get something open. And men in their tool rooms and tool shops, they like them, you know, to be able to use too. It's not just a thing for people that have a hard time opening something. It's also a coaster. It's also, you can cover your drain with it. You know, if you got odors coming up, like we do sometimes because there's no rain for months on
I
time.
hadn't heard that. Good idea.
But they're very affordable, and they go right into a card. And one of our customers said they bought, this happens to be Kane County Fair grounds in Illinois. We provide items for their fair through the advertising company that they use. And one of our customers says, you know, I put these, I bought them from you, and I put them and I did them in a mailing. And he said, I ran into one of my customers who is an professional football player, NFL football player. And he says, you know, I got your card in the mail, and I saw that jar opener, I threw it in garbage. I'm thinking, oh, great. I don't want to hear this story, but yeah, I did want to hear this story because he said, I then went to the doctor, and they were testing my hands and talking about the problem I was having with my hands, and that I needed to have devices that helped me so I wouldn't put strain on my hands. Came home, got it out of the garbage, and been using it ever since to open things and do things around the house that you know, became very valuable to him at that moment. So you never know what's going to really appeal to someone if they need it, or they put it, you know, aside, throw it in a drawer, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, I got one of those things in the mail.
Right.
And then we just got these. And we put on it, our most important customer is on the back, which is
Very
you.
cool.
Those are so cute.
But,
So clever.
You know, and people think, well, that's just a woman's thing. No. You know, guys are off-roading. They go out into the desert. They might go hiking. Women or men might go hiking. And it is important to have a mirror with you. If you get stuck out there and your cell phone's not working,
Right.
how are you going to, you know, you got a
Sun.
problem, how are you going to signal anybody?
Right.
You know, and with the sun being the way it is here, you can signal them on your mirror. So
One more
throw it
clever
in,
thing.
throw it in the truck, you know, or in the glove compartment, whatever, if you don't have a purse to put it in. Another item that's kind of fun, you know, all these things for electronics. This particular piece, you know,
a charger?
it's got a little cord and everything, and it'll charge your electronics for you. It'll hold a charge, and then you can plug your stuff into it. But I like the fact, you know, it's nice size, and it comes in several different colors, and it has its own box with the instructions and the cord. So it's a nice presentation to somebody.
Right.
You know, and also USB plugs, you know, sticks. We have a wonderful company that we work with whenever we can that does, the price fluctuates every week, depends on the international market on these, but there's no setup charge, there's no shipping charge, and they will load a gigabyte of your information onto it before they ship. So if you have instructional things that you need to have out there, or you want people to remember your story or remember your products, whatever it might be, we find that conferences like these, because they can put all the handouts on there, and they can put the agenda for the whole conference on it as well. So, you know, that's been a very
I like that.
valuable to
Me
several
too. That's very
organizations,
cool.
national ones that we work with. So, you know, that's a good item. Another item that can stick in your envelope, this is Voice Plus. They're a customer of ours locally, but this is an amazing phone wallet. You know, it really, you can't get the sucker off. I'm telling you, it's not
true.
falling off. It's staying on
true.
there for life. And it'll hold several business cards, credit cards. People love to take them on a cruise. They're walking around with their phone. Cruise card is in there, and they don't have to, you know, worry about it. So something like that is easy to put in a card. Playing cards. We're Vegas, you know. What's more Vegas than a playing card or a poker
right.
chip, right? But there are many different kinds of playing cards out there, and you can put whatever you want on there to advertise your business. And who, people pick up playing cards. You never have too many playing cards, do you? If you're into cards at all,
Right.
or you
Wear
got
out.
grandkids, that need to play with the cards or are ripping them up or whatever. And not easy to put in an envelope, but you never have enough
love
clippies
those.
either. You put a nice logo on there. This is quality. It's going to really stick, and it's a nice heavy clip.
I have a little tip for that.
What?
I use it for my outside patio when I have my tablecloth on there, and I close it on all four sides. When the wind comes
great.
up, you lose your tablecloth. Well, I have
Really
those.
heavy duty too.
Yeah,
It
it's a heavy
works.
duty one.
Yep.
Well, that's a good tip. Thank you for that. And think about that. Number 3 on the list are bags. You can go
Beautiful
nice
bag.
quality, handsome bag like
Oh, look
our
at
customer
that.
White
White
Tie
Tie
Organizing.
Organizing.
This is a wonderful bag, and in fact, the owner just reordered them because they were just, just so popular. So you can get one that is like this, which is a little bit more expensive, or you can get one that is, made up of a lesser material or smaller bag and
Oh,
can
that's
be done
pretty.
in 4-color print. Or you can get a canvas bag as well. Canvas will always run more money. But beach bags, we have some wonderful vendors in regards to beach bags. So let's say you're going to have a destination wedding and you're going to have 30 people there. You're taking everybody to the Cayman Islands or, Jamaica or wherever, and you want something memorable to give out to your
Right.
guests. Give them a nice beach bag they'll use for years to come, and every time they get it out, they'll think of how wonderful they had in the time that they were there at your wedding and at this wonderful destination resort. And we carry all kinds of things for weddings, from invitations through mail, groom's gifts, bride's gifts, all of that. Probably the most unusual embroidery request we got was from a groom who was having a wedding, and they had the groomsmen all have something planned, and he bought them very expensive underwear, and he wanted words embroidered on the butt of the underwear.
Now that is just so unique.
It just cracked us up, and we followed up with him afterwards. It went really well. Everybody just was delighted with it, and I would love to have been there to see that. But at any rate, food at holiday time.
Yeah, right.
This is something we did 5 years or so ago, where we had candy in it, and we had it's a pencil, anything you want to put in here, pens, and then had our logo in heated into it. It's one of those kind of like when you were in kid and had one of
Right.
those tools, right?
Right.
Years ago. So, but all kinds of things out there, all types of price ranges. You can get logoed candies with your logo on it. You can get a wonderful saying on something. Cutting boards. Cutting boards are
Right.
wonderful. Bamboo cutting board. Say something inspirational on it, and then a little logo down in the corner, so that when someone gets it out, they feel good about it, and they're ready to use it, and they come in all sizes, all compartments, things that pull out to keep your little toothpicks in and those types of things, to just a flat board. But it's a wonderful gift, and you can give it out with just about anything. There are a lot of places that will have food that'll go with it, but
Right.
you can get a specialty bread and take it. You
Right.
could do a cutting board and do a bread knife with it with your logo on it. There are all kinds of possibilities for your organization and your business, whatever the case might be. Ornaments. I've got some people looking at ornaments this year that they want to give out to their customers. And that's been very interesting to research. So I'm having fun with that. Let me see. That's a couple other things. I want to make sure I get to my story.
Yeah, we have about
Wait.
40 seconds.
40
Yeah.
seconds. Okay, quick story. Christmas time. Busy grocery store. Woman standing there with 3 kids. In front of them is a gentleman. They strike up a conversation because they're like 4 deep in line, right? He gets up to buy his 3 items, and he realizes he doesn't have his wallet. And he's standing there, and it was not a big expensive order for these 3 items. And she says, you know, let me get that for you. It's not a problem. I'm happy to do it. So he thanked her, and he went on out. 2 weeks later, their boss says the CEO wants to see you at 4 o'clock. This is a Friday at 4 o'clock.
Uh-oh,
Oh,
that's
I
not
hate
good.
it when that
Her
happens.
heart's in her throat. She's saying, what did she do? What did she do? Goes in, sitting there with the CEO and her boss is a lawyer. And the lawyer is there representing his client. And he said, a couple weeks ago, you helped a gentleman at the store, bought his items at this busy time of the year, and he really appreciated it. And he wants to give $10,000 to the organization. She worked for a not-for-profit in your name, provided he can stay anonymous.
Wow.
She was stunned because she didn't even know the man's name.
Sure.
And she, I think maybe had maybe said her name was Mary or something. And he found her because she was wearing a shirt, a logo shirt with the organization's name on it.
Perfect.
And that's how he found her, to make a $10,000 donation. This was on the news a few years ago. It's a real story.
Wow.
You never know the power
Right.
of a promotional product and the kind of business that it's going to bring you. So happy holidays. If we can help you with anything for the holidays or for the new year in your business organization, think shirts, logos, promos.
And give us a number. How can they get a
Yes.
hold of you?
702-565-1522.
Awesome.
Shirts, logos, promos.
Thank you, Darcy. You've always been so great at supporting us and our show,
Yes,
and we
and thank
really
you.
appreciate that. So remember, now is the time you want to order your products for your business for the holidays, and we'll be right back with another segment.